Hello, ladies and gentlemen, members of Class 9B. I'm afraid I can't be with you today, and I hope that somebody is able to show you that little video. Um, so, the idea is that I teach you how to write an argumentative essay and what you have to keep in mind when you want to do such a thing. So, this little video is about how to write such an argumentative essay, how to structure it, what to pay attention to, and what phrases you can use to make it a good essay. So, first of all, I'd like to start with the question, what is an argumentative essay? So, here we have a little definition. An argumentative essay is a piece of writing, obviously, that takes a stance on an issue. Taking a stance means that this piece of writing clearly expresses a position, an opinion on an issue. And an issue is an important question, a dilemma, for example. In a good argumentative essay, a writer attempts to persuade readers. That means to make them follow your own position. Okay? So a writer attempts to persuade readers to understand and support their point of view about a topic by stating their reasoning. So that means they explain why they believe their stance, their position is right. And to do that, they provide evidence to back their position up. So if you have followed closely so far, you might have noticed that an argumentative essay is nothing else but eine Erörterung that you already know from your German lessons, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, in English, I do not know if you have already done it. So here is a short introduction. And I know that English is a little more complicated as German for you. So I will offer you some good phrases that can help you. All right. So this is an argumentative essay. And the next step would be that I introduce you to the structure of an argumentative essay in English. Pretty simply, it consists of 4 parts. Okay? So I have used colored blocks to indicate and to show these 4 parts. And as you can see, we've got 3 rather short parts and 1 rather lengthy part here in the center. So to give these parts names, we have the introduction, the thesis statement, the main body, and the conclusion. And what these 4 parts consist of and what their functions are, that is what I have prepared for you next. So this is the general structure, and now let's look at the individual parts of such an argumentative essay. All right, how to write each section, that is the next question. So here we want to start with the introduction, okay? What you want to do with the introduction is you want to create attention. You want to tell your reader why you are even thinking about that given topic. All right? So basically that means you give the reader a reason to keep on reading, and you give the reader an idea why you want him to think about that topic. There is a set of well proven and well, there's a set of strategies to write an introduction that has proven to be successful in the past. So given given the issue and given the topic, obviously, what you can always do is to come from a personal experience. Okay? Very often that is the easiest one for you because personal experience normally is easy to write about because you actually know something and you don't have to invent stuff, or you don't have to find good phrases somewhere. Personal experience normally is the easiest way, but it is also, uh, well, a little bland sometimes. So it's not the most scientific one. The next one would be a definition. So some topics or some questions are not easy to understand, and it might be a good idea to start with defining what that question is all about and defining important words uh, so that your reader understands what you are even talking about. Because very often that is not uh, clear right from the beginning. Um, I did that in this little video when I started with a definition what an argumentative essay even is. It helps readers to understand what you're talking about. And it is a good way to introduce your text. The next one would be a famous quote. Sometimes the words of a famous person about your topic, and there is, not many better ways to introduce um, an argumentative essay than by letting famous people talk for you. So if you know a quote, use it for your advantage. Very often, Shakespeare can help you, or Albert Einstein. Anyway, the next one would be you can start from a related topic. That means you think of things that are comparable or similar to your topic, and you write a little about this other issue, this other topic, and you use that other topic to lead your reader to the actual issue, and that can be quite successful. So, if you have to write about the taste of apples, why not tell a little story about your holidays? Your holidays in Africa, where you ate a lot of oranges and that you liked oranges, but they are hard to get. So why not eat apples? Because they are very tasty too. And that would be your introduction. Pretty simple. And last but not least, some issues are most easily introduced by a historical flashback. That is well connected to definitions. Very often these two come together. And why not? If you are good on history, why not talk a little about what you know about the past? That can help you to lead to the question in the present. So introductions very often freak students out, but don't let it bother you too much, because it is not the most important part of the argumentative essay, and keep it short. So the next part would be the thesis statement. That is only one sentence normally. So what you want to do with the thesis statement is you want to clearly state your opinion, right? You want to make sure that the reader understands your position. You can do that in one single sentence. So you can use a few of these phrases I want to offer you now. In my opinion, I believe that. It is my strong belief that is a little freaky, but it works. Why not? And my position on this issue is. So these are a few phrases you can pick from and just use one. The simplest one, the most simple one is, in my opinion, but it is also the one that everybody has used in the past. So go for another one if you want to be a little more creative. So, as a full sentence, that might be like the following. My position on this issue is that apples definitely are the best fruit on the planet. So, this is your thesis statement, and your reader now totally understands that you are a big fan of apples. Um, the thing is, telling your reader your position does not persuade your reader. So the next part, the main body, is the most important one. In this part, you want to explain and underline your position. You want the reader to understand your reasoning and your arguments and your insights towards that issue. Okay? This is the longest and the most important part, obviously. So, what you want to do is you want to offer arguments that help to support your thesis statement. You remember, I've said that my firm belief is that apples are the best fruit on the planet. First, I think that is true because they are very robust. Okay, they don't need a lot of sun. They grow in most environments on the planet. That is why you can easily grow them, and you can get them in huge numbers. That's my first argument. To underline my position. Second is that you can get apples in a vast variety. So you can get sweet apples, you can get sour apples. There is a number of rather well juicy apples, but there are also apples that are less juicy. There are apples that are perfect for baking cakes. But there are also apples that are perfect for making wine from them. So they're very versatile fruit. That is my second argument. So, and you see, you can structure your main body like this: first, second, third. Or you go for a more lengthy approach. My first argument is, or you use that phrase: I believe that apples are the best fruits on the planet. That is because I, and you go on like that. To introduce your examples, uh, you can use that phrase here. One example for this argument is, you can easily understand that argument if you think of, and other phrases like that. If you use one or two of these phrases in your main body, normally you will have finished pretty quickly. And last but not least, the conclusion, the last part of your argumentative essay. What you want to do is to quickly summarize your initial position, that is your thesis statement, and your main arguments. You want the reader to remember your reasoning when he puts down your text now, okay? The last thing your reader needs to read is a short summary of all your main points. That sounds a little boring, but it can really help you to send off your reader with the right thoughts in mind. You don't introduce new ideas here. That is absolutely forbidden. Stick to what you have already written, summarize it. That's totally enough. A few phrases, start your conclusion by writing "to sum it all up" or "finally." To put it in a nutshell is a rather poetic phrase, but you can easily use it. It's very common. Or conclusively. As a final verdict, I conclude that, well, that sounds a little over the top, but if you feel like it, choose it.